I think we have to refocus in what needs to be done. You know, one is the specific problem of what's happening in Afghanistan. Mr. Karzai has certain grounds for his anger. He accuses us of masterminding the explosion in Kabul where the unfortunate Indian embassy incident and the deaths took place. But I just have certain unanswered questions in my own mind. I'm not trying to be very defensive about Pakistan, but then who exploded the suicide bomb in Islamabad on the 6th? I mean, Pakistan couldn't be doing that itself. There are forces which are doing all this, and I think we have to get on top of it. I think to me it appears very apparent, and that is to get India-Pakistan talks off the table. And obviously this unfortunate incident in Afghanistan, it doesn't do Pakistan any good. Afghanistan is our brotherly neighbor. Unless our borders are secure and our neighbors are happy, we are not going to get peace and happiness ourselves. Now, I'll just come to the solutions. I talked about the political solutions where empowerment is absolutely essential. We were holding some discussions with the tribesmen a few days ago, and we were telling them we'll build hospitals, we'll build schools, we'll build ROZs. How about that? So they said, you're stupid. Give us power, give us political power, we will decide ourselves what to do. And I think that is where the crux of the problem is. Secondly, I think the unemployment rate has to be, it's mind-boggling. 70% of the people in Waziristan, for example, are without jobs. The jihadis, they pay them 10,000 rupees a month. Our own foot soldiers in the constabulary and police, they get about 6,000 to 7,000. The weaponry with these mujahideens are far superior to our civil armed forces. We have a disconnect within our armed forces. I know of instances where, for example, you have different organizations working in an operation. The military intelligence, the ISI, the special services group, the divisional troops. And it has been noted in a number of instances that there is no horizontal coordination. The MI gentleman is trying to embarrass the ISI man. The ISI man is moving around with a video camera trying to embarrass the MI man. The SSG special operations go in and the divisional commander doesn't know about it and he asks what's happening. Now, you don't fight a war of this intensity like that. I can imagine what the reason is. The reason is that these operations, to a large extent, are paid for by the United States. So obviously, he who pays something like using a taxi, you have a meter, you have to hire it, so the meter has to start running. The man who holds the meter probably sits in the GHQ, presses a switch, the operation goes on. Helicopters are up in the air. 4 days ago, we had 19 dead in Kohat in Hangu. There were forces available. There are helicopters available, the gunships. I mean, what have we got them for if we can't use them? They were not allowed to be used. And they not only killed 19 people who had refused to surrender, the next day they came and destroyed the Shinawari fort. Now, what is happening? Have we lost our minds or our will to fight? I think we have to devolve down. I'll end with one instance. I was political agent Khyber 1975. We had a similar Lashkar activity. And it came, I asked the base commander, do you have any aircraft up in the air? He said, yes, we are having a training sortie. I said, can you go low over the Tira Valley, two sound barriers, please? He said, in 5 minutes you have them. They went bang, 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 the Lashkar disappeared. I didn't even report it to my commissioner. Can you do that today on this global war on terror? I think the CENTCOM sitting in Florida, a team sitting in Bagram, a team sitting in the GHQ, you can't run this war. It has to devolve. It has to go right down to the man on the ground. He decides what to do, just support him. He knows because his life is on the spot. He's going to get killed. We are not doing these things. I think we have the ability, we have the capacity, we have the brains, let's please put them together and confront this extremism. Unless we do that, I think we would have lost it.
Ikram Saigal, you're a defense analyst. Of course, you come out of the magazine as well, but at the same time, what Khalid Aziz is saying is that there are some hidden hands behind these acts of extremism, and I think not as openly, but he has indicated towards the United States.
I think Khalid has a point, basically, which he made, that whenever you have problems, people do take advantage of it. And particularly your enemies always take advantage of it to cause you harm, embarrassment, whatever damage they can do to you. But picking up from what Khalid said, one wonders why there is extremism more in FATA and not so much in Karachi or Lahore or Islamabad. And if you look at it, and in fact if you come to Karachi, why is there extremism more likely in Orangi or other outlying